What does the future hold for BYD in Australia? What's next? So, as you know, the Atto 3 is on its way. In China, that's the Yuan Plus. The Atto 3 is due to arrive here in July or August, and people that ordered their Atto 3 have been informed that it went into production a few weeks ago. It should only take a day or so to build a car. Tesla can build a car in 10 hours, VW take 30. I'm pretty certain the Chinese are efficient at doing this. So once it's built, it's got to be going to the port, put on a ship and sent to Australia, unloaded and so on. But that part is going to take some time in China because they've been having problems with lockdowns, which has affected not only factories, but transport and shipping as well. But later on in 2022, probably about December, the EA1 or Dolphin is due to debut in Australia. It'll probably be known as the Atto 2, maybe the Atto 1, but almost certainly the Atto 2 here. BYD is a rapidly expanding vehicle manufacturing company, amongst other things. And back in March 2022, it ceased all production of internal combustion engines, and it's now only making battery electric vehicles and some plug-in electric vehicles, plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. So what do we know about the Atto 2? It's a small hatchback that will be very much at home driving around cities. It's going to open up Australians to the possibility of owning an EV because it's expected that its price will be between 30 and 35,000 Australian dollars, which is 22 to 26,000 US dollars. Its dimensions: it's 4070 meters long, 1770 millimeters wide, and 1570 millimeters in height. And it's got a wheelbase of 2700 millimeters, which is about the same as the Atto 3, which should give it a lot of internal space. The top end specification with the bigger motor is actually going to be slightly longer at 4150 millimeters in length. As usual, it will have the BYD LFP blade battery, which is one of the safest batteries in the world. These batteries are capable of 1,000,000 kilometers, 600,000 miles. In China, it comes in two battery sizes, 30.7 kilowatt hour battery and a 44.9 kilowatt hour battery. It's been suggested that here in Australia we'll only get the larger battery, but we'll have to wait and see on that. The ranges of these two battery sizes is quoted as 301 kilometres and 401 kilometres NEDC, which in my opinion stands for not even damn close. And that translates for the smaller battery to about 210 kilometres and for the larger battery 280 kilometers real world range. And I think that's far more important than quoting grossly inflated ranges. It's front wheel drive only. The smaller battery size has got a 70 kilowatt 187 newton meter motor, which gives it a 0 to 50 kilometers per hour or 30 miles an hour time of 3.9 seconds and a top speed of 150 kilometers per hour. There is a larger motor option, which is the one that I expect we'll get, and it's mated with the larger battery. That's 130 kilowatt or 290 newton meters of torque, which is about 175 horsepower. And with the larger battery, it will go from 0 to 50 in 3 seconds. It's also have a top speed of 160 kilometers per hour. They don't quote a 0 to 100 So it'll probably take it a fair old while. 0 to 50 in 3, 50 to 100 probably another 10. Just depends. We'll have to wait and see on that one. It will have DC fast charging. For the smaller battery, it's 40 kilowatts per hour, but for the larger battery, it's 60 kilowatts per hour. And they quote a recharge time of 30 to 80% in 30 minutes. Its AC charger will only have a maximum capability of 7 kilowatts per hour. A lot of people sometimes think that they might get 11, but even the Atto 3 only has a 7 kilowatts per hour AC capable inverter on board. And the weight of these two vehicles, the lower battery size and the bigger battery size, is 1,285 kilos and 1,450 kilos, which is actually quite light. The smaller battery size only weighs a fraction more than an ICE engined VW Golf. One of the reasons these Blade batteries can manage at least 1 million kilometers is because of the slightly slower charging rate coupled with good battery management. BYD have claimed they can produce 1,500 Dolphins or Atto 2s in right-hand drive mode for Australia. And this bodes well for the electrification of vehicles in Australia. As one of the main bugbears of people is that EVs are too expensive to buy up front, although the running costs are very low. Having said that, it's amazing that Teslas are outselling everything and people complain that they're too expensive and there's a 9-month wait for them. So who knows, but I do think that this Atto 2 will be very, very popular. The design of the Dolphin was done by a guy called Wolfgang Egger, and he was the former design chief at Audi, and he's now the global design director at BYD. And his design philosophy for the Dolphin, according to his own words, were: this is our urban dream. It is a vision. It's not just a car, but it's a device for future mobility in the city. It's compact, it's fresh, individual, and an icon. As you remember, I always say that a car should be defined only by 3 lines. It's a new architecture for electric mobility. And these 3 lines, they define the shape. It's really unique. It's an icon. You see once and you never forget again, can you? Those were his exact words. So on the outside, it will have LED headlights and tail lights, and it's going to have a heat pump. No other vehicle in this segment currently comes with a heat pump, which actually then makes it more efficient. As for the interior, it's still going to have the same 12.8-inch rotating main screen as you see in the Atto 3, and the same 5-inch instrument cluster screen, once again the same as in the Atto 3. The seats look reasonably comfortable. I can't sit in one myself, but they do look quite good with good side support. The driver's seat is a 6-way adjustable seat, and the passenger seat is a 4-way adjustable seat. It should come with D-Link, but not Apple CarPlay or Android Auto as far as I am aware. The Atto 3 will initially come with just D-Link, but the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto will be given as an over-the-air update around September. So I don't know. It may be possible that the Atto 2 will also get them at the same time. You've got a wireless phone charger in there between the 2 front seats. and it also will come with lane keep assist and cruise control. BYD are hoping that this car, along with all their cars, will get a 5-star NCAP rating. We haven't seen any testing done on them yet. As for the back seats, they look quite comfortable. You could reasonably easily sit 2 adults in the back. I'm not sure you'd get 3, but they do appear to have quite a reasonable amount of leg room from the seat to the front seat, and that's due to the long wheelbase. Of course, all of these specs are liable to change before the car eventually arrives in Australia. But what about next year, 2023? EV Direct, the importers of the BYD cars into Australia, have said that by the end of 2023, they're hoping to have a total of 6 models. So some of the ones that I expect will come will be the mid-size sedan called the Han, which is a Tesla Model 3 rival. A larger SUV, perhaps, the Tang Pro. I expect those 2 will be coming here. There's also talk that maybe a BYD Ute will come to Australia, which I think will also prove quite popular. We shall have to wait and see. I've got no idea as to exactly what's coming, but keep your eye out here. I'm sure I'll let you know as soon as I find out. So if you've got any ideas about any of these, please comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps these videos get promoted to other people who will then get to have a look. So thanks very much. Leave your comments below.